25th, 2009, 12:30 a.m. Michael Jackson's black Escalade slips through the gates at his rented mansion near Beverly Hills. He has just finished a full run-through for his concert, This Is It. Exhilarated and exhausted, his trip to London just 8 days away. In his second-floor bedroom, the heat is on high, and there's a fire in the fireplace. Despite the warm weather, he is freezing cold. His personal physician, cardiologist Dr. Conrad Murray, is by his bedside, as he is every night, to help him go to sleep.
That drug was supposed to make him relax and sleep. He didn't wake up.
It wasn't just one drug. A cocktail of drugs were found in Jackson's body. 1:30 a.m., Dr. Murray gives Jackson a 10-milligram tablet of Valium. 2 a.m., he injects Jackson with 2 milligrams of the sedative Ativan. Still no sleep. Around 3 a.m., another injection, 2 milligrams of Versed. 5 a.m., more Ativan. Jackson is still awake. As the sun rises, he repeatedly begs for his milk, a milky white anesthetic called propofol. But Dr. Murray, who says he's trying to wean Jackson off the drug, says he refuses. 7:30 a.m., 2 more milligrams of Versed. Still no sleep. 10:40 a.m., the doctor finally gives in to Jackson's demands. He says he puts half the usual dose, 25 milligrams of propofol, into his IV. Within seconds, the king of pop is finally sound asleep.
Giving this man propofol every night for 6 weeks. It's like playing Russian roulette by putting 6 bullets into 6 chambers of the gun and pulling the trigger.
10:50 a.m. Police say Murray tells them he goes to the bathroom, and when he returns 2 minutes later, Jackson has stopped breathing. But Dr. Murray's attorney, Ed Chernoff, says the police got the time wrong. 11:51 a.m. Cell phone records show that Murray makes a phone call to a friend in Houston. A few minutes into the call, Dr. Murray reportedly drops the phone and can be heard giving CPR.
Doctor rushed over to him, felt his body to see if he was warm. He was. Looked for a pulse, found a weak pulse, and started performing CPR. While he's trying to perform CPR, he's also trying to call 911.
Chernoff says Murray couldn't call 911 because he didn't know the address of the house. 12:12 p.m. Murray sounds the alarm, calling Jackson's personal assistant saying, "Call me right away." Then he runs down the stairs to get help.
I felt that there was some type of a panic, you know, an urgency.
Chef Kai Chase is making lunch in the kitchen. And you heard Dr. Murray calling for Prince.
Children started crying, and the doctor asked for help. That's when I realized something was not right.
12:17 p.m. Security guard Alberto Alvarez runs upstairs to Jackson's bedroom.
He observed Michael Jackson on the bed, lying on his back, with his arms extended outward from the body. His eyes and mouth were open.
Associated Press reporter Tom Watkins exclusively obtained Alvarez's official statement to police, a minute-by-minute account of the crisis as it unfolded.
Dr. Murray was performing CPR on Michael with one hand. At this point, Paris and Prince walked into the bedroom, and Alberto escorted them out.
Sobbing, the children run back downstairs into Kai Chase's waiting arms.
We stood in a circle and we held hands together. And, you know, we're crying because we don't know. And you feel helpless.
Upon returning to the bedroom, Alberto asked Dr. Murray what happened. Dr. Murray replied, he had a bad reaction.
Alvarez says while Dr. Murray is performing CPR on the bed with one hand, he hands him vials of medicine with the other. Alvarez says Murray instructs him to put them in a bag. Then he points to the propofol.
Dr. Murray then told Alberto to remove one of the IV bags and place it into the blue bag. Alberto stated that the IV bag contained a white substance.
12:21 p.m. Only after that, Alvarez says, does Dr. Murray tell him to call 911.
What is the emergency? We have a gentleman here that needs help, and he's not breathing. He's unconscious, he's not breathing? Yes, he's not breathing, sir.
Alvarez says he sees no sign of life, but Dr. Murray directs compress Jackson's chest while he attempts mouth-to-mouth. Then, according to Alvarez's statement, a stunning confession.
Dr. Murray then stated to Alberto that this was the first time he ever performed CPR.
12:27 p.m. Within an ambulance and fire truck arrive. ABC paid to license this footage from Ben Evanstad, who runs National Photo Group.
The photographer looked inside and saw on the call screen 50-year-old male not breathing. That we thought, okay, this is probably Michael.
The paramedics are in the house for 42 minutes.
Dr. Murray was the senior medical person there, and he had the authority to say, I want him taken to the hospital. But the paramedic said, he's dead.
This is Michael Jackson's estate, everyone.
Outside, a busload of tourists, oblivious to the life and death drama unfolding inside.
The bodyguards looked very tense. Something was wrong.
Shortly after 1 p.m., the ambulance begins to move.
So as it was backing out, I told the photographer, put the camera up against the window and get the shot, and that's what he did. It is the most valuable paparazzi photo ever taken.
The ambulance races to the hospital, followed by the children in one Escalade, the bodyguards in another. At the hospital, the bodyguards who protected Jackson in life lash out at those who would intrude upon his privacy in death.
Please, man. It's a I know. What is this big, man?
Michael Jackson is in a coma.
I was at my house in New York, and I get a call. So your brother's been taken to the hospital. It's on CNN right now.
Suffered from cardiac arrest and is now in a coma at the UCLA Medical Center.
I just couldn't believe it. It just didn't ring true to me.
But there was no going back. At the hospital, Jackson's former manager, Frank Dileo, tells Michael's children their father is gone.
When I came in, I'm sure they just saw it on my face, and they said, say it's not true, and I just said, I'm sorry, but, this has happened.
Hundreds gather outside UCLA Medical Center as word spreads. The king of pop is dead. 6:45 p.m. Jackson's body is transported by helicopter to the coroner's office for what will be one of the most intense death investigations Hollywood has ever seen. At the center of it all, one question. How did Michael Jackson die? Is Dr. Conrad Murray guilty of killing him? Or did the king of pop kill himself?
It wasn't an accident. He was murdered.